Hi, in this video I'm going to explain the new template that was added for November, which is in a brand new category called the Pro Tools category. And the template that's in there is a percent change template, which plots up to 10 stocks and the percentage change between each of those stocks. And it has an extra little feature which is very nice, allowing you to scroll the dates to easily see how the percentages are changing. So let's go into the category Pro Tools, which is a new category. On the right hand side, I'm going to select that. If you have done an update on an existing installation, this Pro Tools category, by the way, will be at the bottom of the list, so you have to scroll down to find it. But I have dragged this category up on this computer to be the third from the top. So I select the category. I see there's one template in there right now. They'll be added to in the future to add more templates for the category. And if I select the percentage change template, we'll see the template here. And there are some instructions on how to run it, but it's quite straightforward. You basically can run it on a symbol list and it will use the top 10 stocks of that list, or you can select individual stocks from the list up to 10. And so for instance here, I've chosen here, you see I've selected Apple. I've also selected Google down here, and then the last stock I selected was Microsoft. And this list has data for 1 year, going from the 1st of January this year. So we're actually just going to see, if I run this, we'll see the percentage change for Apple, Google, and Microsoft since the beginning of the year. Apple is the blue line, Google is the red line, and Microsoft is the green line. So instantly you can see that Google has the best year so far in terms of percentage change. Apple, since the beginning of the year, has really been lagging and is less than, it's a negative percentage return for the year. But then once you've produced the chart, you can use the vertical scroll bar to the left of the chart that I'm using here, and I can start dragging the start date. So you see as I drag this along, if I position it in the center of the chart, so around about 6:30, something like that, 6:25, then we can see the percentage change for these stocks since 6:25. You can see the history on the left of the vertical line, and on the right you can see the performance since that date. So now you can see that since 6:25, Apple has actually been the best performer in terms of percentage, then Google, and then Microsoft. And you can use that vertical scroll bar to scroll all the way to the end or all the way back to the beginning again. All of the calculations to produce the percentage changes are done on the fly while you move the scroll bar around, and the calculations are all placed into the percentage change worksheet, which is a part of this template. Alright, so that's how you might use it with a couple of three interesting stocks. Then you could also, for instance, if you wanted to see how the sectors have, so we'll look at the sector ETFs. So we're going to compare these sector ETFs for the year. Let me run the template, and now we can see how all of the sectors have performed. And again, you can use the scroll bar to scroll all the way through here, and you can see how they've been changing over time. I'll go back to the beginning. The other thing you might want to do is, just an interesting example, is look at the country ETFs. See which countries have been performing better for the year. So here you can see that Japan has done very well for the year. The underperformers have been EWZ, which is the Brazil index, and INDA, which is the India index. And that's since the beginning of the year, but we can scroll through and you might want to position it at a certain interesting date that you're interested in, and then you can see how the performance has changed since that date. So that's it. It's a very simple template to use. There's a fair amount of coding has gone behind this to make this all work. If you needed to look at different dates, if you wanted to have this span, for instance, instead of being 1 year, if you wanted to have that to be 2 years, then all you have to do is go into your symbol list and change your data update options to get 2 years worth of data for that list. And the entire amount of data that's associated with the list is used to produce this chart. So that's it, the template for November, which is the percentage change template.